Metal. Hello and good day, kids. It's Todd from Toju Racing. How we doing today? Up your irons, kids. It is Saturday morning. We got a cup of Joe here. Gonna do a little quick chat. Haven't done one in a while, so here we are. All right, first thing I want to go over. A few weeks back, I had that video where I talked about some of my medical issues that I'd had been going on. And it seemed to be heart issues and all this other stuff. Well, last weekend I felt really bad again. It almost felt like I was having another heart attack. So I went to the emergency room and I was there for 7 hours, and they said they couldn't find anything wrong with me, that I was in perfect health heart-wise, blah, blah, blah. But another thing that had been happening was I noticed some stomach discomfort and some intestinal kind of pain, you know what I mean? And I was really burpy too. And I have acid reflux. I take my stuff for that, religiously. And they just kind of glossed over it. Anyway, when I left there, I felt like terrible. I can't even tell you how bad I felt. It was like 3 in the morning. Anyway, so they said, well, you need to follow up with your medical doctor. You need to follow up with your medical doctor. And, the doctor comes in and he starts giving me this malarkey about, emergency room medicine. We find something that's happened and we fix it. So it's not preventive medicine, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, okay, but I've got this pain going on and you can't seem to find what it is. And I said, what the hell am I supposed to do? So they gave me some Keturolac, which is he called it like a super prescriptive Motrin. It cost $40 and it didn't do a damn thing. I ended up taking Tylenol and all that. And I was fortunately able to see my MD on Monday. My MD, he figured this out in like 10 minutes. And I've got some, and it's a lot better now because this has been a whole week and I've been on antibiotics all week. But anyway, I have some minor inflammation in my stomach and lower intestine, gastral tract. He said minor colitis was what it was. And I had a CT scan yesterday. It came back good, so there's no real problems, no cancerous growths in my guts and all that sort of stuff. So that's really good. And since I've been on the antibiotics all week, this is like the best I've felt in like 3 weeks. So that's great news. The bad news is I went to the ER twice. I had a CT scan at the ER, a echo, and a stress test, all while at the ER with 2 visits. That's going to be really expensive, even with my insurance. Then, I just had to have another CT scan yesterday, and it was a different CT scan than what I've done before. The CT scan I did before, they gave me some coloring liquid that I had to drink, but it was just a little bit. Well, this time, if any of you guys have ever had to have the butt scope, that stuff they make you drink. Anyway, this stuff was the consistency of that crap that they made me drink, and I had to drink like a whole quart of it. I got most of it down. It was nasty, and it felt like I was drinking liquid lead or something heavy, you know what I mean? Because it coated my guts and all that before they did it. Then I had to sit there and wait an hour, and they told me to be 20 minutes. But anyway, I'm just glad it came back good. It's over with. It's done. I seem to be on the mend. I'm on some different acid reflux meds for a couple months to hopefully make that clear up, a proton pump inhibitor, which those are a little bit more invasive, that's not the word, effective against my situation, but you don't want to stay on them too long, so that's why it's only 2 months, and then I follow back up with my doctor. So anyway, what I'm getting at is that's all good news, and I'm really happy about that. I'm going to have some wicked medical bills, but I'm actually going to probably sell some of my HO cars off to make a little bit of money to make up for that, but that's all good. I'm alive, and that's what matters. So what's been going on this week in the slot world? There's a lot been going on in the slot world this week. A lot of new cars out. I'm sure you guys have seen several of the videos, all the guys showing them. There's a couple of them I really like. On the Scale Extric side, that it's a 1966 green F1. I don't remember the exact model, but it's extremely cool. I don't know if it's DPR or not, that I can run on the Carrera track or not. If so, that would be really good. And around here, I did get the fin on the Batmobile, the guide keel on the Batmobile. It required a lot of work. It did not go in like a normal kit would have. I started filming it, and then it became complicated. And at that point, I kind of quit filming. So unfortunately, I don't have a video of that. I am going to do a conversion video, probably on my friend's Copo Camaro, which that car runs amazing. Now that I understand and have experienced the scale extra cars a little more, a lot of them are lighter, and that's fine and dandy. They don't have a rear magnet, but you just, once you learn how to drive them cars go. They're really good. They're very competitive with the Carrera cars. So if you don't have a scale extra car yet, you should get one. They've got a lot of really sweet cars. Granted, you do got to chip it, which is a drag, but I don't know. You get a really cool car, and you know, how much is the hobby worth to you? I guess, you know. A lot of the cool Carrera cars end up costing, you know, $60, $70, $80. But there's plenty of ones that are in the $50 range that are awesome cars. So, you know, I love my Carrera cars. So don't take that the wrong way. All I'm saying is Scale Extric is some pretty cool stuff. Adam's thinking about getting a Revo slot or a Thunder slot. I don't know if he's going to or not, but that would be pretty cool. I eventually want to get one of those cars. I'm going to get a Pioneer Legends first, though. I've talked about that. Dave and I are both going to get Pioneer Legends. I'm going to get the Dodge Coupe. He's going to get the 32 Ford Coupe. His is going to be pre-painted. I'm painting mine up in a Gulf livery. So that'll be cool. It's actually already on order and hopefully getting shipped next week. What else has been happening around here? It's race night tonight, and we got a full house tonight. Everybody's coming. We got Mike, we got Kurt, we got both the Daves, we got me, and we got Adam and Den. So it's going to be fun. Look for the movies, you know, coming out in the next week or so, depending on how fast Den can process them. Got to remember, Den's got his own life too, so he processes as fast as he can. So he does a great job. Thank you, Den. He does really good job. He's actually working on a new trailer for us right now. And I think Mike's bringing our logo, which is actually kind of in the Iron Maiden font, because I love my Iron Maiden and I love the font. And hopefully we'll be getting that in use really soon. Other Dave's going to help me with the turning it into a graphics file. He says he knows how to do that and can help on that, so that's really sweet. Last night, so every Friday, Other Dave and I usually go out and get Mexican and margaritas, as you know from the race videos last week, if you watched them. And a lot of times, long-haired Dave the Hat Man, comes with us. He came last night, and we did a bunch of racing and had a great time. Good camaraderie, had a picture of Margs. It was awesome. So, the tire truer. That tire truer is amazing. We're pretty much using it on every car. We find that if you do it before you race, it does seem to really help your gription. I love that word. Gription in the corners. But that thing is fantastic. If you guys don't have one and you're running the rubber or urethane tires, then you really ought to get them. I don't think you can true silicone tires. Does anybody know that? Please comment down below and let me know if you can actually true the silicones. I don't think you can. But we're having great luck with them. For the most part, here's an ironic thing, and this will be part of the truck video when I do it. We changed to the trucks, and if you saw that last truck race that we did, where P&W Slot Car Daddy commented how trucks go boom, which they do, the urethane tires for the race trucks are really thick and big. And they end up actually raising the back end up of the truck up. So it's actually got a slight angle. What I'm thinking is happening is the trucks are so tight to the track on the bottom that if you didn't file them down a bunch, that they might be hitting it and it's pushing the truck up a little bit. And when you're on a corner or something like that, if the track isn't perfectly flat, then the slot's actually coming up a bit and I think aiding the truck in deslotting. And I was sitting there running it. I'm like, oh, okay, why does it seem like it's doing worse with these tires? You know, on certain turns it was better, but, you know, Dave the Hat Man thinks that the tire's so sticky that instead of it sliding out, and he may have something here, instead of it sliding out, the centrifugal force is making it push over or deslot. And so we were running an experiment last night, and I said, hey, I'm going to run my rubber tires. You guys want them? They're like, no, we don't want to do that. And I'm like, all right, well, let's give it a try. I even told them, I said, I honestly think that they run better with the rubber tires, especially after I used them on the tire truer and then, you know, gave them the suntan lotion. Thank you, Nico, which really helps the pliability of the tire for the race. They were going off the track all the time and I wasn't. We didn't film any of them last night. We were just having a good time. Sometimes, you know, filming makes it all official and then it becomes complicated, so we didn't do that. At any rate, we discovered that, and about halfway through the race, they're like, this sucks! you're not going off the track. And I'm like, well, so they switched back and they agreed that it works better. They did a quick tire true. There's going to be a line tonight using that tire truer. I've trued a lot of the tires on a lot of the guys' cars, but there's a few of them that I haven't gotten to yet. So we raced hot rods and trucks and GT cars. We had an incredible GT race. I wish we could have had it on camera. We deslotted maybe 3 times the whole race. It was amazing. And then Dave's like saying, well, you know, since I'm not deslotting, you know, we need to do something about it. And that's where I'm like, well, we need to pull the rear magnets. He's like, well, we could try going faster first. I'm like, well, then we're just going to wreck worse. So I don't know. We're going to see what, you know, I will go with what the mob rules, you know, Black Sabbath. Whatever the mob decides, I'll go with. But I honestly think we should pull the magnets. And I'm not going to quit lobbying for that ever. And just the rear magnets, you know, and that's because that's how the Scale Extra cars are. And those cars run like great, but they're not the bricks that the Carrera cars are. And them trucks are really bricks. Oh, back to the Batmobile. The Batmobile is heinous. That Batmobile is fast and it goes, and it does have the Paul Gage truck tires on it, and it works really good on that car. So there you go. It also works really good on our friend Lightning McQueen here. He's got them there. Look at those big bad boys. But as you can see, you know, they're not even using all the axle or all of the hub, which is no big deal. Now this hasn't been trued at all. These are still very shiny. We don't really run Lightning McQueen much, so you know. If you don't have a Piranha motor in one of your Carrera cars, you should give it a try if you really want to go fast. It's amazing how fast those motors are. Just, you know, you guys can find them if you need them. I know that you know what I'm talking about. Dave the Hat Man, I had it in my Audi for a while, and Dave the Hat Man has it in his Corvette now, his Callaway Corvette, and it's crazy fast. It's fast enough that it's slightly faster than the Cheetah. And now that we got those Paul gauges on there and we trued them up, Adam, you're in trouble with your Cheetah. So the supercar class is really picked up. But the problem is we've really only got 2 cars in that class. I mean, his Cobra Jet, Adam's Cobra Jet, fits in the class, but it doesn't cling like the Cheetah does. But hey, that's okay. I'm gonna probably get me a Piranha motor for one of mine, just for one. You know, that's why I like to have multiple cars, because you can have different configurations on each car. You know, this car doesn't have magnets. This car has the updated motor. This car's regular. You know what I mean? And that's really fun. So, what else is going on? I did get to put the Slot Invasion holders on the track. I'll give you guys a show of that here in a second. I had to change a couple things on the track, and I've got to do an upgrade today. Onto my paper guardrails that I've made. They work really good, but if it's a hard corner that people beat up a lot, you're going to have to adjust it and sometimes tighten it back up, because it'll get wrinkles in it and what have you. You know what I mean? From the cars hitting it, because, you know, we go fast. We're racing, man. So some of the D-slots can warp or cause problems, but I've got one part where the track overlaps a little bit and goes over the other one on 2 levels. It's just very slight, but the problem is sometimes the cars will slide under there, and that paper guardrail, it's right where another corner is, and sometimes the cars fly off the track and slam into it. So I've got a nice spare piece of the plastic I'm gonna incorporate in there today, and a couple other minor changes for tonight. After I get done here, I'm actually going to go on a mountain bike ride with Phoebe, and that'll be a good time, because it's really nice out today. It's 47 this morning here in Iowa. It's supposed to be about 55 or so, 60 by the time I get out here after I finish this video, upload it real quick. So it'll be a nice day. Then I have to come back and just straighten up around here and get the track all set, make sure I clean it, and I always go ahead and inox my rails on race day, which is every couple weeks, which works out really good. So it'll be pretty fun on race night tonight. We're going to try to do where we do the trucks first, hot rods second, GT cars last, so that we don't get used to GTs, then get into the cars that don't run as good, and bam, we're flying off the track left and right. So we're hoping to do that tonight. You know, it all depends on, you know, how things go once everybody gets here and what everybody's into. Because we usually hang out and chat for a little bit before we start racing. But Adam, he doesn't hang out and chat with us. He comes right down here and starts practicing right away. Well, but that's kids. It's all good. Not a problem. Kids, he's 26 years old. Isn't that funny? Anyway, I made some Birria tacos yesterday. Have you guys ever made Birria tacos? Oh my God, they were really good. Kent Rollins, he has a YouTube channel. Check out his Birria Tacos recipe. Actually, you know what? I'll put a link down here to Kent Rollins in my chat description. And check out his Birria Tacos recipe. Make it. Oh, dude, they're so good. Oh my gosh, I made them, and it's beefy and tender and spicy and yummy, and I can't wait to actually make those. I'm going to make the Birria Tacos for dinner. I just had the meat done yesterday and did a couple samples. I threw one in a tortilla real quick, but I didn't get to, soak it and fry it up and put the cheese in like you should. But oh my God, it was good. It was just meaty goodness. Outstanding. Anthony, I'm going to make a video, Mr. Bateman. I'm sure he'll see this eventually. I'm going to make a video of how to make my grinders, and I'll post it up on the channel. I'm going to add a food recipes playlist, and maybe now and then I'll throw some recipes up. I've always wanted to do a cooking channel. I cooked for a living for years, and I like to make food. I like to eat. So, Oh, and a couple things I forgot to talk about on my health. So ever since I started feeling bad, I started really taking things seriously. I mean, I always was minded my what I was eating and exercised as much as I could, but I've been taking it a lot more serious. I'm taking Phoebe on walks pretty much every day of the week, other than like maybe 2 days a week. And we're doing a mile or 2 miles every day, which has really helped myself and Phoebe. And I've been watching my eating at night, try not to eat after 7 o'clock. Before you go to bed, at least 2 to 3 hours. 3 hours is better. That's really helpful. I haven't been eating so many carbs and snacking as much. Carbs are the devil. So that's worked out really well. And my weight's down to 190, and my normal weight was about 212. So 20 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. And I actually notice it when I'm riding too. I can breathe a little bit better, and going up hills is not easier, but I can do it faster. That's one thing about climbing on a bike. When you think you're an experienced rider, do hills get easier? My answer is no, they don't get easier, but you are able to do it faster. And if you look at that as being easier, then so be it, but I don't think they're necessarily any easier. I don't like climbing hills any more than anybody else. Some people really like that. I do not. But, I just like to get out on the bike because it's the closest thing to, flying for us, you know what I mean? You get on a bike and you just go. You don't hear anything. You don't need music clouding it up, all that. That's really nice. And when Phoebe goes with me, she loves to go ride dirt. She usually leads the way on the dirt trails. And most of the folks where I ride are cool with it. It's an open trail, so, what else did I want to talk about? I'm trying to think here, because I just do this off the cuff. Oh, I do want to do a few shout-outs. Where are they? Going through my notes here, guys. Hang on. I had a bunch of shout-out notes to do, but I don't know where they're at, so we'll just do them off the cuff here. Shout out to P&W Slot Car Daddy. Congrats on your 1,000 subscribers, by the way. I know that was about a week back, but hey, congrats nonetheless. That's really awesome. You should go check out his videos. He changes his track often. He sets it up on the floor and has all kinds of cool tracks, runs great ghost car races. Check him out. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys watch any of the live chats throughout the week. I'm sure some of you guys do. I'm considering doing a live chat, but I don't know what I'd talk about, for a whole chat thing. But, we could talk with everybody and see what everybody has to say. I'm considering doing that in the future, but right now things are still kind of busy around here. Maybe come winter I'll have time to do that. But I might join like a live chat. There was a thing on Facebook on the Slot Car Misfits group. Shout out to the Slot Car Misfits group. If you're on Facebook, give that a check out. They might do a live chat and they were looking for guests. So, I might join a chat once or twice. But actually running one, I'm not quite ready to do that. So, but like I said, we're really excited for race night tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. get to see all my friends, all that stuff. Get my logo. Hopefully we can get that logo live. Then I want to start putting a watermark down here. You guys can't see it exactly, but you know what I mean. Put a watermark in the corner or the top, maybe up there. Just a little one, like a TGR, Toju Racing, you know, right over there. My finger keeps getting in the way. Yeah, your big hand, there you go. Missiles, they come down. Sorry, that's an old high school thing. Anybody ever play Missile Command? So one time when this was like 1981, me and my buddies were in the arcade, and one of my friends was playing Missile Command, and I don't remember who it was, but I was like on the left, and I think it was Kelly Wright playing Missile Command, and somebody else over here, and he's like, and he gets his hand in the screen. Look at the missiles, they're coming down. Yeah, missiles, they freaking come down. Get your hands out of here, you fucking idiot. It was pretty funny actually at the time. So funny little memory there. All right, let me show you guys what's going on the track here. All right, so we got the slot invasion holders mounted here. Here's Dave's green one. There's my black one. And then I moved this over a little bit so we got a little more space, so we got 3 guys can stand here. I'm gonna probably extend this Carrera box. It's only 4 feet, and that's just not long enough. Extending that would be really easy, so I actually might do a video on it. We'll just chop that baby in half, solder them together, shrink wrap it, make that thing 10, 12 feet long, then you can put it anywhere. I actually want to put it like over here, and then we can have a guy here, somebody here, another person here, and that gives plenty of room here for the rest of the folks. And then I got these moved around a little bit. Dave the Hat Man's controller, you know, 2 controllers here, so everybody can be spaced out because you don't want somebody blocking that view of down here. I moved the Dunlop footbridge because it kept getting crashed into right here and knocked all askew, and that's a pretty good spot for it. I was going to get a Michelin Man and put it there, but you know, I've got a lot of decorations. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else other than I do want to do a TV tower over there like I've talked about. The Batmobile's in the shop. You know, in my little diorama right now. It's fun to move it around, change things around. So here's that corner I was talking about. It keeps, cars will go off here and slam into this. See how this is kind of then, you know, broken off and shredded a little bit. This corner gets hit hard a lot because people spin out. So putting a plastic one here will behoove me a lot. And then I'm going to have it go under there so that the cars don't go too far underneath that when they do accidentally slide out and go under there. That happens here and there, but like as you can see, like right here, it's not too bad because we don't lose cars here very much. And so yeah, and we need to put a crash fence here. I've talked about that, and I'm going to do that. I just got to buy it, but I'm going to put crash fence like what's there in the pit, and then put it here. If you back that up with those mini binder clips, it really is solid and holds it well, but we were losing vehicles off the end again. I thought about getting just some of that gutter guard that's like, you know, looks kind of like fencing, and putting it up with, you know, some little wooden posts or something, but I don't know, with the track sticking out a little bit, it would just look kind of assy McGee, and I don't know, I don't like that. It's only like $20, you know, for the guards to do that corner, and that's not very much. So I think I'm going to do that. I might get a second set and use a few more on the track down there by the start light. We really love the start light, by the way. It's really helping us on our starts, that you can look at that instead of trying to look at the control unit. So if you don't have a start light, it's a nice addition. It really is. It really is. It's a lot of money for what it does, but again, it's a nice addition, and we all really like it. So I do recommend the start light. Other than that, there's not been too many changes, just a few controller changes and all that. Den's still working on his pit building to change things around. That's going to be the 7-staller I talked about. That's just a custom pit building with doors, and everybody's going to get their own door for their one car, which will be really cool. Really cool. Yeah. Oh, so this is kind of neat. This is one of the basket holders that I had. I'm going to put like a little level there, fill this in, and put a guy in that. And it almost looks like a little Marshall stand. So that's kind of cool. So I'll just put some hobby putty in that, finish this off, and then paint it slightly, and add a little floor, which won't be hard. And then I can put a official in there, one of the sign girls or something. We got our little slot invasion sign there. Thanks again, Oscar. That is a sweet little sign, and it's perfect for the track. So I might get something for here. I guess I could put a Michelin Man right there. That would be kind of cool. So maybe I will do that. I was going to put bleachers there, but I don't know. I don't, I probably won't. It ain't that big a deal. It would be cool, but I don't know. That looks really good there. That stand with that stand, because that's probably a lot of crashes happen there. A lot of D-slots. And when you count that one there, because we're coming off that straight and a little fast. I do want to somehow, I'd love to get this longer. I wish my pit lane could be longer. So anyway, and we've instilled a thing where if you knock somebody out of pit row, you're penalized. So that's not cool. And we almost had it happen last night, but the person was able to fill up, so they did not get penalized. As long as the guy can still fill up, it's okay. But if you knock him out, then you will wait 5 seconds until you go on. Yeah, so let me head back in here and wrap this bad boy up. So Eddie says hi, everybody. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Wow, this one's gone on a little bit. Sorry, 25 whole minutes. I apologize, but I had a lot to talk about today. And I can be very garrulous at times. So anyway, I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks everybody for watching. If you made it this far, you're a freaking hero. You are a slot cowboy. So, with that being said, thanks everybody for checking out the video. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you haven't, please give us a like and subscribe and ring the bell so you get alerts for new content. So, Sleater Later, Slot Cowboys. Race on. Bye.